I'm making sausage rolls today. Make, not bake. And just like the mince pies, I like to get ahead. And I'll show you how I do it. My sausage roll recipe is in Sizzle and Drizzle. There's a vegetarian option as well. But I've got a good quality sausage meat in here. And then I add in, I've got spring onions, I've got garlic, I've got lemon zest, I've got some fennel, a few bits of fresh herbs. I've got sage here and rosemary. But if you haven't got fresh herbs, you can put dried ones in. I just think it gives these a few extras, just give these sausage rolls a really, really lovely flavour. Now I mix this lot with my hands. It's much easier than trying to do it with a spoon or a spatula. Now this is an old reusable piping bag. I used to use a single-use plastic one back in the day, but I haven't done that for some years. But I keep this one specially for sausage rolls. Get my sausage meat into this piping bag. This is my block of homemade rough puff pastry. I made it yesterday actually, and just left it in the fridge overnight. And I'm going to roll this out into a large rectangle. If you're saying, well, why don't you use plastic when you're rolling out puff pastry? Really, for sausage rolls, the pastry I'm using is too big for a cereal packet liner. And because there's such a lot of fat in puff pastry, it does tend to stick to the plastic more. So I prefer a floured surface on for puff pastry. I'm just going to straighten the edges with a pizza cutter. And I'll not throw away these offcuts. Again, I'll save these in the freezer and make vanilla slices later. Roll this up. I've got a baking sheet here lined with reusable baking parchment. I'm just going to unroll my pastry onto there. Cut it up the middle. And then pipe my filling down the centre. Now this is really tough going because this sausage meat is so thick. But it just gives you an even sized sausage roll. Oh. I've separated an egg here. I've got the yolk in there for an egg wash, and I've got the white mixed with a little bit of water here that I'm just going to use to seal these sausage rolls. So I'm going in down there and down there. Same with this one. And then up over like that. And over the top like that. To glue them together. Same with this one. Over like that. Then I'm going to turn the seam to the underneath, like that. And then use the egg yolk to egg wash. Want a gorgeous golden brown when these are baked. Now, if you're thinking, They look enormous, sausage rolls. I'll show you my next tip. Freezer. Only for about 10 minutes. Okay, so now that they've had 10-15 minutes to firm up in the freezer, I can easily cut them without them squashing. Choose whatever size you want. I like to go for this sort of size, like that. See, they keep their shape. And then pop them in a box and into the freezer. And then I bake from frozen when I fancy a sausage roll. I'll do a test one.